My first guest is a gentleman who is a very popular figure here in this country, and he's often on British television. Patrick Campbell is his name, and he writes a very funny essay every week for the Sunday Times of London. I think it's every week. And when he isn't doing that, he is just plain Lord Glenavy. I may be pronouncing that wrong. He's a peer of the realm. Very few Americans can say that. Would you welcome, please, Mr. Patrick Campbell?
You are Dick Cavett, are you?
Yes. Were you in some doubt?
When I arrived here, my agent, handler, and business manager rang me up and said, would you like to appear on a very popular American television show? I thought,
yes.
Well, any time I could fit you in, perhaps. And what's it called? It's called The Big Cabin Show.
The Big Cabin?
Well, The Big Cabin. I never heard of it.
You know, I'm thinking of changing it to that.
And I said, who's
like
running
the sound
it?
of that.
I said, I don't know. I ring you back. She did ring back. Is there somebody called Dick Crockett? I knew that Dick was right. Must be Dave Crockett, you see. So I thought a kind of hold-down, you know, a turkey in the straw show. But it isn't. I'm not going to dance over it later on, no.
No.
Oh, thank God.
So you're Patrick Clavin, are you?
Yeah, Patrick, yes, Big Cabin, yes.
Yes.
Big Cabin Show, yes.
You have referred a couple of times in things I have read to your what you call your attractive impediment. Can you tell me what that is?
I say, I can't say the words dammer. I have. It's called attractive impediment to say. I can say that, you see.
You can say, you
But
can't...
not anything begins with ST, I'm done. ST or SL.
You can't say that. You couldn't say Fleet Street, then.
No, not a hope. Well, I can say Fleet, but not Street. But I did. This is a bad night for me, isn't it?
Well, yes, you lied. Didn't tell me the truth. But is that known as a stammer? Or I assume you're not self-conscious about it because you've mentioned it. And
I've been living off it for years, you see.
Yeah.
It's a little hobby of mine.
Is it now? Can you explain to me if it's a stammer or a stutter? Oh, you can't, because you can't say either one of those things, can you?
Let's change the subject. There's no point in plowing on with that, is there? I can't say stammer or stutter. I better try harder, hadn't I?
Have you ever appeared on American television in the United States, or were you ever over there?
David Frost, yes.
Name doesn't ring a bell.
Well, it's the same kind of milieu, as it were, yes.
He does this sort of thing?
Yeah.
But he's English.
Well, I suppose he is, yes.
Yeah.
Methodist English.
Is that the worst kind?
David sent round a writer to ask what I wanted to talk about.
When you appeared on the show?
When I appeared on the show.
Yeah.
I've been talking about the Irish Navy and the Irish Times newspaper in Dublin and my attractive impediment for years. What else can I offer you? And the poor lad went away. I took the trouble to ring up somebody, Ned Sheeran, in London, who produced myself on a television show before. And he rang Ned at 4 o'clock in the morning to say, what can Patrick Campbell talk about?
4 in the morning?
And Ned said, well, the Irish Navy, the Irish Times, is an attractive impediment.
Attractive impediment, yeah.
And when I went on the David Frost show, there it was on David's lap. You see, the Irish Navy, the Irish Times, attractive impediment.
What did you do?
I talked about all three of them. Endlessly.
And was he startled by this?
No, he heard it all before, endlessly, too.
Would you like to talk about any of those 3 things now?
No, I think I've done that.
Okay.
Yes.
I understand. Say, you're a lord, aren't you?
Yes.
Now, what can you do, for example, that I can't do as a lord? Are there clubs you can get into? Are there... What's open to you that's not open to me?
I ought to be able to take my seat in the House of Lords, but this involves ploughing down the central aisle up to the Lord Chancellor sitting on the woolsack.
Central.
And then you've got to say, then, this is hopeless, swear allegiance to. Because I can't say that in public, out loud.
Oh, because you can't say I swear allegiance.
Well,
And you have to say it in order to,
yes, exactly,
to go into Your seat there.
When I'm done, I have $10 a day.
Why? Are you fined for not attending?
I can't get in because I can't say I swear. I certainly cannot.
But you could have gotten in just now. It's very mysterious, this thing, yes.
If you rush at it sometimes, then imagine standing there in the House of Lords saying, nothing. Embarrassing all the other peers, you see.
Yes.
Get
Can't
it
sneak
for
up
them.
on it.
No. I swear, perhaps, but it sounds like selling kind of skiing costumes, I swear. You break the word in the middle, you see. Ice.
Ice?
Where?
Where? Ah, you trick it, in other
Yes,
words.
a little bit, yes.
That's really interesting. Now, how does a man who is a lord get into the newspaper business? Or were you, did you become a lord after you were in the newspaper business?
Yes.
Ah, I see.
My grandfather got the lord bit. He used to be a big lawyer. A very hard man, because the great court case, he was then called Sir James Campbell.
Yes.
And he was defending a poor woman whose husband wanted to divorce her. And from my grandfather's eyes, there came a single tear from each eyeball. And the other barrister on the husband's side said, seeing tears emerging from the eyes of Sir James Campbell was the greatest miracle since Moses struck water from the rock.
Gee, that's lovely.
Thank you. I thought you'd like that, wouldn't it?
You're welcome.
Great, don't go there any time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What next?